Oh, we could listen to Chris's conversation. Shh, very quiet. All right, welcome everyone to season 11, episode 18 of The Wheel Reads. We have with us a dog,
We do.
and we have Chris. And we do have guests tonight. So should we let check?
Do we?
Yeah, we do have guests. We have guests. We have
We do
guests.
have a guest.
Guests. We have guests.
Hey, guess.
One.
Well, we got two technically. The dog's a guest.
The dog's a guest too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was trying to
that's
get
your
like
guest
what
for the day.
I got rid of all like the fun like intro videos that I like the Kool-Aid Man and all those things. So I don't even know what to play. Maybe just Bella. Should we do Bella?
Yeah,
all day.
it's the
long.
last episode
For Robert
this
Jordan.
book.
And for Robert
And
Jordan.
Robert
All
Jordan.
right. All right. We'll do Bella.
Is that a hint?
Is it?
Oh, I know who this is.
I know who this is.
Hey,
guys.
Hi.
From the other side of the pond.
what's up?
So I'm good. How are you guys?
Great, man. It's been too long.
It has.
It has been a
Yeah.
while.
When was the last time I was here? Like 4
Ooh.
books ago or something crazy?
Something like that. It's been a while.
Years.
It's been a minute.
Years.
So anyone who doesn't watch Malkiri Talks or been to Malkiri Con or have been to Jordan Con and seen Rob there
What have you been doing?
or the winter holiday extravaganza for the fundraiser.
Where have you been?
Where have you been? This is Rob.
Yeah. This is Rob.
They said it. That's it.
The Rob.
Yeah.
The Rob. So yeah.
Rob.
How are you? How are things over in England?
It's breezy. That's what it
Breezy.
is right now. Yeah, it's
Okay.
breezy over here. Storm Airwind is kicking in, so it's going to be a breezy couple days. But other than that, we're good. Like, you know what? We got like 52 days to season 3 or something. You know, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Oh,
So,
Ah,
That's close.
it's close.
gosh,
Did they
I
get
love
official
it.
release date?
March 13th.
March 13th. Okay. I
Yeah.
missed that. I saw the trailer. I did not see the release date. I see on social media these days, so I'm like
I should be out of prison by then, so that's good.
yeah.
Yeah, listen, by then, that's no way to talk about your wife.
Right, yeah. Wink, wink, wink.
Here in the US.
So yeah, announcements. This is a bittersweet episode, guys. This is our last Robert Jordan full on.
It's crazy to think about.
I don't know. Maybe it won't sink in as much until we get into the other books. Where, like how you've described it, there's sections like it's seamless, but not like there's sections where you know you're in Jordan, but then
You'll
there's
notice
sections
the
you're like,
difference.
yeah,
There's a noticeable difference, but
that's
but
probably when it'll hit, and I'll be like, oh yeah,
I will say he did a damn good. Brandon Sanderson did.
I mean, when like the UFOs start landing, and you know, like the stormtroopers arrive,
Mhm.
and
yeah,
you know,
and they're landing their shots. That's when it becomes unbelievable.
Yeah,
when the
no.
stormtroopers don't miss.
yeah, when the stormtroopers stop missing, he's like, this is no longer believable.
Yeah,
This is,
yeah.
come on.
I will say Chanel has definitely picked up her pace on the read now that it is
Sanderson?
Sanderson. Like,
Okay.
she's on the last book now. She went from
Wow.
like
Oh,
being
she's flying, man.
behind me 3 weeks ago to being on the last book now.
Yeah,
Wow,
hyperspace.
Yeah,
Oh man.
she's chugging through it.
yeah.
All
She
right.
definitely enjoys Sanderson's writing style.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sanderson. Yeah, I mean, they has some critiques for his writing style, but I like Sanderson, so it's yeah, it's good in my book, and there are entire sections, as we talked about last week, of the last 3 books that are still directly pulled from Robert Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get excited.
And not all those have been revealed either, so we don't even know really what we know. We know certain things that Brandon Sanderson definitely added because he said those in interviews, but we don't know
Yeah.
all the things that Robert Jordan was added. So we don't know all the details.
Always interesting.
So there's always that. And some things that some parts of the story that people have complained about, like Sanderson ruined it. And like I'm like, actually, that was Jordan. Like that was like I've seen that before, and that's like actually that whole section was Jordan. Like, and that's been confirmed. Like, it's like, yeah, you guys don't know anything. Yeah, Kaladin Stormblessed shows up in the next book. It's it
Oh
throws
yeah, I
you
love
off completely.
Cal.
It's and we lost Ian. He'll be back. He's on his phone. He probably just sneezed. He's on his phone tonight because I'm not even sure. I think he's at his mom's house. I mean,
Looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like his mom's house. I don't know. He had
Like she
to take his
to your
kids to
house.
some meets. I don't know why he didn't come over. That's a good question. Oh, there he is. He's back. You sneeze and hit a button?
I hit a button. I don't even know what I hit. I was trying
Okay.
to say something in chat, and then
Yeah, I saw you say, "Hey, people."
yeah, I went to close that out, and I closed everything out. Apparently,
Yeah. Are you at your mom's house?
I
yeah,
am.
dog,
Yeah.
with the dog. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, I'm at Jack's house.
At Jack's
If you
house.
didn't
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I
cool.
almost corrected Chris when Chris was like, "Yeah, we have another guest. We have Jack." I'm like, "Actually, I'm the guest. This is
Yeah.
Jack's house." If my mom heard you say that, she would correct you.
Good
Don't
time.
argue with
what
mom.
I can get kicked out. Jack cannot.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's going on in everybody's personal life? I mean, in mine, it's just really cold.
It's snowing
It's
here.
cold.
It's snowing here too.
Yep, we're getting snow. Tonight, my River had a swim meet down in Hampton, and like in the middle of the day, I called the athletic director and I was like, "Do y'all plan on making any sort of call, like on canceling this meet? Because the meet is late. They usually don't end until 9 o'clock. It was supposed to start snowing at 8 o'clock, and I know it's not that big a deal for y'all that are from snow places, but Hampton Roads, like 2 flakes of snow on the ground, and people can't drive. It's bad."
Yeah, you'll just start slamming into each other. It's crazy.
Which literally they didn't cancel the meet, so we went to the meet. They called it early, like a little over halfway through. They're like, "Oh, y'all need to hurry up and go home before it gets bad." I have a nice vehicle that can handle the crappy conditions really well, and I was kind of slipping and sliding all over the place, and there were already accidents left and right. So I was like, but that's why I stayed at my mom's, because it's very close to where the Hampton Aquaplex is. And
Did you have any? Crazy flashbacks from us in high school driving the snow?
so after I got off the roundabout, I looked at River, and that section of Shoe Lane, nobody had driven on it yet. It was just solid snow. And I look at him, and I was like, "All right, this is what you don't do." And I was like, boost. So I was hard to the left and just stomped on the gas. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember I did
Let
that
it-
in
let it
high
slip and
school.
slide a
And
little
we
bit.
did, I don't know how many donuts we did in the middle of the road, and then went into the ditch and almost hit a tree. It was yeah. No one got hurt. It was fun.
Who can resist fresh, untouched powder like that?
that's what I'm saying.
It was fun. It was fun.
It was
I don't know
Yeah,
how many times
I had to goose it a little bit.
Oh, we got out of the ditch though. It was that thing was a beast.
I wasn't going to push this one into the ditch. There's a difference between the hand-me-down Volvo
Yeah.
and my brand new truck. I am not going to.
It was an old Volvo station wagon. If you remember those Volvo station
Hey, that thing was a
wagons.
beast,
That thing
right?
was a beast.
Yep.
It's a tank.
But yeah, I wasn't going anywhere near the ditch in the truck.
Yeah.
Still breaking her in.
It was fun.
Good
It
call.
was fun.
Good call.
It was good times. So snowing down in Charlotte as well. They got snow in they got snow in Florida right now.
I know. I was about to say,
They
there's
got
snowing
they got
everywhere.
12
It's crazy.
inches in Andalusia, which is
Wow.
like southwestern Alabama.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I got 12. Let me stop.
Yeah.
That would be a lie.
Chris, like 12's impressive. All right, Ricky.
Some places got 3
Ricky
inches,
numbers.
and that is a lot. Like a lot. It's
about
wrecking havoc.
People can't handle it. I mean,
People are
can't
not- they're not
handle
handling the
all
3 inches at all.
No, it's
Anyway, sorry.
Welcome, Rob. Welcome.
I'm glad to
Moving
be
on to
here.
that.
Seriously.
Back on
I'm-
our
yeah.
bullshit. Fun times. So yeah, snow. That's all really we got. Nothing else. Schools are out tomorrow. They already called it. So yay. Which means I'm probably not going to work tomorrow.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not.
So
I am
We
also
have
not
no
going
heat.
to
Like
work
I was
tomorrow.
telling the guys earlier, I have no heat at my job. And so like
Oh.
I'm trying to work and it's like 39 degrees and I had an asthma attack, which I haven't had in decades.
oh
So that was fun. Luckily I do keep an inhaler.
Yeah.
inside my EpiPen.
Yeah, we didn't have heat either, but that's because I was at the VA hospital today for work, and
You treat our veterans so well.
I know. Well, I mean, so the main part of the hospital has heat. It's just like where the common areas are. Like that's the heat. Like I finally like someone explained to me like the heat broke years ago, and because it's not essential, and most of it is outside businesses that operate out, like a Starbucks and like a bank and like a couple of other things operate in that common area. They're like, yeah, we're just not gonna fix that because it costs money, and where the patients are is nice and warm, so we don't care. And I'm like, you guys suck.
It's a ploy by Starbucks.
Yeah.
You'd be cold. You're like, I want a hot coffee to warm me up.
No, but they close at 2. So like it's in the middle of the afternoon. I'm freezing. I'm like, they're closed. Like because yeah, they close at 2. It's because it's in the
I need
hospital.
coffee after 2:00 in the afternoon. That is unacceptable.
All right. So the small world that we live in, I was explaining to Alan, when I took this job that I currently have, I had also applied to the VA there to work as a supervisor in the facility management department. And I was supposed to be the night shift supervisor and like run the projects that were ongoing. And one of them that we talked about was replacing and upgrading the heating system and the boilers and the domestic hot water and stuff like that. So had I taken that job, Alan would have been warm at work today. But I declined and they hired the next guy, and apparently
he didn't give a shit.
He don't know what he's doing.
He does not care.
Wow.
It was cold. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Clearly, clearly that man is not a Wheel of Time fan because he would care about the heat.
Yeah. He'd have taken care of that. He'd have brought his own heat. There would have been heat brought.
So it was cold. But my house is warm right now, so that's nice.
He'd have brought the heat like an Aes Sedai that finally feels like she might actually be in danger.
In danger.
Oh, I wonder where you got that line from.
See how I linked that?
Oh
There
yeah,
you go.
you do. So
See,
such a good job.
So are you ready to talk about some of the time stuff?
Sure. We've
Yeah, go
lost watchers, so why not?
What do you say?
I said we've lost viewers, so why not?
I'm
start
sure.
now?
Let's go ahead and start now. Chapter 36, Under an Oak. Yeah.
Interesting.
So we start with Creed's point of view. Very Creed.
Can I tell you, it threw me off completely when we first started. I was like, who is this? I literally asked it out loud. And I was like, have you been paying attention? I was like, I didn't take notes this go around.
That's what Alan is for. Don't worry.
Alan's for.
Well, we've met Creed multiple times throughout
and I
these
knew
books.
exactly, like as soon as I heard this.
Well, most recently,
Ogier and armor. I was like, oh, it's the
or
whatever, the Black Guard, whatever they call themselves.
The Ogier and armor was more recognizable to me than dude's name. That's the trouble in the last couple of books, Alan. I have given up on actually remembering new characters' names.
It's fine.
It's just become difficult. So
we were
I'm with you,
talking about
Chris.
that. We were talking about it last night on the Cosme reads, like the Zul brought it up, like talking about the scene from Band of Brothers, like where, like eventually got to the point where if new people came, they didn't last long enough to even bother knowing their name.
The replacements.
Replacements, and it's like, you're gonna be dead within a day, so I'm not gonna bother to learn your name.
Yeah.
You get name fatigue in Wheel of Time for sure. That's 100%
right.
Especially when you get into the S name Aes Sedai's, and I'm sure Rob knows them all, right, Rob?
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously.
Sarah, Susan, Sally, Shure, Shibby. I don't fucking know. I'm making them up now.
Phelan and Fairline and all different.
Same thing, but different.
Same, but different. Anyway, so Creed, he is riding into the band of the Red Hand.
Looking for Tom.
Looking for Tom, the leader, right?
The man in charge.
The man in charge, Tom Maryland.
So-called Tom Maryland. Yes.
Take me to your leader.
Guys,
Tom.
who are you looking for? Like Tom. They're like Tom.
No,
really?
don't skip over this. The first person that comes with the greetum is probably the greatest person in the entire chapters. We can't just skip over.
Skinny ketchup.
Wait, Owen's here?
I thought we met Oliver at the campfire.
Some tall and mayonnaise mixed together. Yeah. Comes up and he's like, yeah, so you're here to see Matt, huh? Lord Matt. It's like, no, I'm here to see your commander, Lord Tom. He's like, oh, you want to see Tom? Okay. It's weird, but
Weird, but if you
but
insist.
sure, if that's what you want, dude. Tom, like, it's just
comical.
It's,
He
so,
literally
it's
just
comical.
like,
Yeah.
Okay, this will be
Okay.
interesting. He knew what was going on from the get go. He was like, all right, this is gonna be real fun. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see this happen.
Yeah.
They were like, we're at some event as the wheel reads, and like somebody comes into the room. They're like, oh my gosh, let me meet Ian. I need to meet Ian, like the person in charge of the wheel reads. And then,
No,
and then I'd be like, yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Alan, do you remember back in the day I had you, I had Brett, and I had Gus on the podcast?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what's it like running a podcast for like first time readers and like having to decide everything, blah, blah. And you and Gus are like talking to various things. And then Brett goes, yeah, it's cool. And then the next week, Danny's just like, yo, I do everything, Rob. I'm the one in charge. So I've done this.
Perfect. Yeah, I guess it's kind of, it's a thing. It's a thing we do.
I think
I don't know.
Yeah, Ian handles all the editing, Chris handles all the social media. It's kind of the division of labor we have going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
They do have access to those things. They could actually make posts.
I couldn't figure it out. Yeah.
I think that was the number one condition.
I think it was when we first started. Like, I don't have to do shit but read, right? Like, and I was like, yeah, you don't have to do shit but read. Just show up.
Yeah.
And
Alan didn't know how
that's
big
not
he
even
was
really a
gonna grow
condition.
this. Yeah, Alan had no idea how big he was gonna grow this. And I knew, I was like, if this actually goes big, Alan will be in everything. I know Alan well enough at this point that he will start every social media beyond. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything but
He's gonna
read.
handle it.
Yeah. I did for a
Every
while.
now and then I pop.
And then I got lazy.
Every now and then.
We're just for 5 years, guys. It's like just like it's,
Mhm.
Life
it's
got
still
busy.
fun. I still enjoy the recording. I don't enjoy all the I don't do social media anymore really. So that's like the
No,
only time I do
yeah.
social media is to do with the like
Social media has become the most depressing thing in the world. I
Oh,
will say
my
that
God,
out
yeah.
loud.
yeah.
Like, I don't-
Unless
like,
unless I'm doing stuff for the Wolverines, like I'm never on Twitter or X or whatever you call it these days. I'm never on Facebook. I'm never on social media. So like
Well, there's supposed to be another like a global shutdown in 2025.
oh, is there?
God, I
okay.
keep
Oh
hearing
then
this.
Yeah, you haven't seen that?
oh
Yeah.
awesome. Okay. Well in that case I will be right
Has
back
the
in the
shutdown happened yet? That was 2020.
Time to
Okay,
get
nah.
drunk every single night and do
so
nothing.
if that does happen, I promise to pick up the torch and help out.
Yeah, and you know why? It's because they're making all these federal workers go back in the office.
Yeah,
So some dude at the CDC that's been working remote for a while is gonna be like, "F it, cracks a vial.
yeah.
We're going home."
He's like, yo, I miss my couch, man. Crack that
And my
vial.
cat. My cat.
I mean, you get a bunch of people together. This disease. I'm not going to get into some military stories I've heard. Or diseases
yeah.
over.
I mean, did you hear about the CDC? Not to, well, we're already off the rails. Who cares? Did you hear about the CDC conference at the JordanCon Hotel after JordanCon, like year before last in
No.
20?
I did. No, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like on the Monday there was a CDC conference, and
Mm.
it was about various things. Obviously, one of them talking about epidemics and pandemics.
Oh, wow.
And then they ended up being a super spreader event for COVID.
Yes. Perfect.
The irony of what, man, it was brilliant. I mean, not brilliant because loads of people got COVID, but also
still, yeah.
hilarious because
No,
they
but I
were
mean,
there.
of course that
They were-
happened.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. That's how it happens.
Yep. They should have double or triple masked.
Yeah.
That would have done
That
it.
would have saved it.
Yeah.
Or-
Look, they just,
Double
when
triple
they're all
all
hooking
other
up in the
times.
hotel rooms, they just got
I
to be
just-
better about who's
Yeah.
going where. You know, like they
Yeah.
got to bubble up the hotel rooms. That's what I'm
There
saying.
you
So,
go.
you know.
Yeah. Just
All right.
spray Lysol on everyone.
Jordan.
Windex.
Right.
Windex. Come on.
Windex.
All right, Chris. Chris. All right, let's bring it back for a second.
Serious,
I need to know your thoughts here.
Yeah.
I was even starting to think last time
Of course.
when they were talking about the leader being Tom, and now they're here looking for Tom.
Uh-huh.
It to me, I was like, okay, this was intentional misinformation that was spread. Not that they were getting it wrong, but they were being fed the wrong information on
I'm
purpose.
sure.
I
Do you-
thought maybe because Tom popped up in so many places, and then other things happened
Tom-
after Tom popped up in those places.
What is
that
Tom a
people
master of?
assumed it was
What is
Tom.
Tom a master of?
The Days to Mars stuff and everything.
Uh-huh.
And they've won all these little battles and skirmishes. I wouldn't be surprised if this was planned out and Tom like revealed certain information to people that got
Oh
away,
yeah, for sure.
right?
Yeah.
And it had to have happened for this information to get back to the leadership anyhow. So,
Yes.
and
I mean,
there's
I
a jumping
definitely
ahead
agree.
just a little bit. There was a line in this chapter where Tom was thinking to himself, and he's like, "Oh," and his, or everybody was surprised, kind of that Tom's plan was working out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say specifically what the plan
That's
was, or that it's like everything that's unfolding was exactly his plan. But come on, it's Tom.
But I agree with you. It is Tom, and
Yeah.
Tom does Tom things. So
Yeah.
Right.
I definitely think
Tom
that
does
there was
Tom
a-
things. I like that.
Of course, Tom does
Tom
Tom.
Yeah.
does Tom things.
That sounds like it should be a bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom does
I
Tom
mean,
things.
I know plenty of Toms, and all the Toms I know are like this.
Yeah.
They do Tom things.
Trickster, fun,
They do stuff.
fun, lucky, and, but also super intelligent and
Yeah.
always in the midst of everything. Toms do Tom things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Tommy Boy. I know.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Great movie, by the way. So yeah, it gets a little tense here because Kareed walks up.
Well, there's
tries
big
to find-
tents and little tents. It's not just little tents.
Yeah,
They don't have that many big tents because they want to be mobile. They want to be able to move
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
It's
That took
yeah.
me a second.
The little tents is so they can pick up and go real fast.
and they're not really intense. They're outside.
No, not at all.
It's outside.
They're next
That's
to the
outdoors,
tents.
playing games. It was very tense because of all the games being played, though.
There
So
were
yeah, it's
like-
kind of like a circus in tents.
Yeah.
Are they past
had-
tense or is it by tense?
You had stones being played by the tents, and you had
yeah, snakes and
snakes,
foxes.
foxes, and
Yeah.
so probably was really tense.
Yeah. And
All right, what point were you trying to make, Alan?
well, I mean, so the Ice and I are there, and the Damani and the Suldam roll up, and Jolene's just like, "Yeah, you need to release that Damani right now." And they're like, no, shield them." Like, throw up shields. Everyone's kind of getting like a little bit on edge, and then Matt rides up, of course, with his medallion. He can feel the channeling going on, and he's like, "All right, everyone stop."
Y'all need to cut this out.
No,
Comes
no,
up and-
but before even that, like he hops off the horse, he's looking around, and the leader is like, "What is he doing here? Isn't that Thailand's
It's
toy?"
toy, yeah.
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 He looks. He almost acts as if he's in charge. But
Charge.
we all know he's a toy. Like he's a
Hey, what is
plaything.
this
Yeah, he's a
goofball
police
doing?
boy. Yeah,
What
what's
is
this
this-
goofball?
What is he doing?
What's
He's
this-
giving orders.
Yeah.
Wait a sec. He's giving orders, and they're being listened to.
Yeah,
I guess
and
it's
people
like-
are listening. Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, Tom's like,
after-
I told you wanted to talk to Matt. He was like, no. I want to talk to you. He's like, no. You want?
You said the
Matt.
person in charge. Ta-da! It's Matt.
Yep. Pretty boy
I'll-
over here with the hat. You know?
He blushes. He's like, we've been losing to the toy.
Yeah.
That was what was not spoken.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yes.
"Yeah, we've been losing to the toy.
I go whipped by the sex toy.
The red rod. The red rod.
Oh yeah.
That's what happened with my last relationship. Really, I lost to the toy. Once
Dust, man.
once she upgraded those Energizer Platinum Plus batteries, like
Oh, man.
we could compete
Can't
with that.
compete.
I mean, when they pull it out,
Come on, man.
He's like, he just waved by. All right, you got this one. I'm gonna use the red hand.
So that's where that went when I sent that to your mom.
Oh God, I forgot that you'd said that to your mom as a present.
I still have it in my storage shed somewhere.
It has to be passed on. We have to do something with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Debbie's 80th birthday,
There you go. Okay,
and
for-
then
Well,
she'll
no,
unpackage it. Yeah.
Yeah, or Chris, Christine, and you both have to sign it, and then it
Yeah, and then give it away at the end. I thought I was
like
literally thinking the
randomly
same
give it
thing.
away to
Yeah.
one of your biggest fans. You know,
Yeah.
like
There you go.
yeah, we'll do a giveaway for
Yes.
it. No one enters. It just stays like radio silence crickets.
and then you just you
That
make
would
up
be
you're
the-
like,
That will be the
congratulations.
biggest
I don't know.
I'm gonna pick someone at random now.
Yeah.
Zool.
Did you say Zool?
She's probably listening. Stop.
No, she's not. Not
Yeah,
right
she would have
now.
commented already in chat if she will
Yeah.
listen, and you'll get an earful. Yeah, Matt rides up with Tuon. Kareed recognizes Tuon right away, and it's like,
Yeah.
we finally found her. And Matt's just like, yep, go ahead and drop the shields, and feels the channeling come at him. He's like, yeah, it doesn't work on me.
Yeah.
You're gonna go ahead and drop that now.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise.
His lady, she was like, don't do it. Leave him alone. Like, just chill, everybody. Like, y'all are messing up the vibe. We were playing board games. We got the campfire going. We're pulling out the s'more stuff. Like, chillax.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the Aes Sedai and the Sodom are just basically just
Kiss me outside. How about that?
Pretty
And then
much.
our boys start.
It's annoying how accurate that is.
I've
Yeah.
got 10,000
That's exactly what they were doing.
And I got another 100,000 men coming your way, man. It's like, oh, really?
And Matt just
Well,
like,
this
doesn't
is
even
what,
care.
what
He's
my
like,
scouts say.
he's not my scouts. Yeah, and Matt's like, okay.
Well,
Let me tell you everything we know
over
about
there?
your army. Like, first of all, they're not 3 days out; they're 5 days out. Secondly, it's not that big of a force, and you're just going to stand down right now. This is how it's actually going to go.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna let you take
He
her
reaches into a baggie and pulls out a little bit of poop, and he's like, "And this is what you ate for the last 3 days." Yeah, okay, we know
Yeah.
everything. We've been collecting that intel, bro.
Yeah, and then he says, "Wait, you're here to get Tuon? Can you get her safely back to Everdar?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's why we're here." And he's like, "Then take her, yeah, please." And they're like,
please.
"Wait, what?" Like,
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, I mean,
Did
you
you
can trust
take
you,
her
right?"
for the White Tower? No,
No.
we're not beholden to the White Tower. Like, here, like,
Yeah.
please take her back. Like, she's driving me absolutely crazy. Like, please
That's part
take
of
her
it.
back.
Yeah,
She
and then
is high maintenance.
yeah, and then Tuon drops the bombshell. Where she's
Boom.
just,
He is
Boom.
my husband. He is my
"He is
husband.
my husband. He is my bloody husband."
He is my bloody husband. 3
And just
times.
like that-
all the dice stop rallying. Matt's like, "Fuck."
He's like, I could have gone without that headache if she just said the words.
Yeah.
And there's a new headache.
And
Although I don't know, I kind of appreciate his reaction because it was kind of random from his perspective. So I get him being frustrated. But then he was like, okay, so like I knew it was going to happen. And I'm not saying I'm upset about it, but like, why now?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
yeah,
It's like the best reaction to have to it, isn't it? You know.
yeah.
yeah.
But then at the same time, like you have all the Sanshin just like jaw drop to the ground, like, what the fuck just happened?
She's marrying the toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, his mind was blown. He was like, he just went from being like the biggest F boy to being Prince of
Prince
the
of the
Nine
Ravens.
Moons,
Prince of the Raven.
or the
Yeah.
Ravens, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Now, let's not skip over this. Jordan does us a solid here. Matt asked the question,
And we got
Why
a real
now?
great answer.
and then she immediately answered.
Well, not
Like
immediately.
question asked and answered, like back to back. There was
Right.
no hesitation.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fantastic.
He's like,
And
well,
she goes into the prophecy of like all the things she saw and all the signs. And it's like, yeah, you did all the signs and everything like that. And she's, well, how'd you know
Okay.
that you'd be my wife? He goes, well, these snake things told me. And she's like, oh, you have funny stories. She's like,
Yeah.
no, really,
No,
for real, no, for real. Like,
I
And then-
think this might be the first time that any characters in the books have communicated effectively to each other.
They just laid it all out.
of course it
Yeah.
would be Matt and his wife. Great communication skills. This is why they're meant to be.
Yeah.
You know, she told him the whole time, I'm going to treat you like garbage, but you're still going to be mine. She was being honest. You know,
Yeah.
he said, I'm going to keep looking at other women, but I'll be loyal. We'll see if he stays honest.
I love in this chapter because obviously Matt knows and the other people know that he said the line at some point and they're just waiting for her to say it.
right.
But
Yeah.
like Farik who's just turned up and you know the gardeners or whatever, they have no idea that he's already said these lines. So it's almost like for
Oh,
me,
yeah.
I was reading this like, wait, like they know that they're now married, but maybe he thinks that she just randomly proposed to some stranger. in
Oh,
the town.
yeah.
3 to
Yeah.
5 minutes ago, tops, like Matt was just this lowly toy plaything, not important. Tom was in charge. He was an F boy. Yeah. And it just completely flipped.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now
this-
he's His Highness or whatever.
Yeah. And Matt's like, all right, here's the deal. So you got to get her out of here, but there's a whole army looking for her, and I need to be you. So go ahead and give me some of your troops, and that way they'll think I'm you, and they'll think that I have two on, and they'll come after me, and that lets you escape. So,
And they're like, no, you wouldn't really do that. He's like,
yes.
yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hold on. Even though Matt is like in charge here, as he's making this deal, there was definitely this 300 moment where he turns to his lady to like check and make sure everything's on the up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Because
like, "Are you okay with
he's
this?
like,
Are
yeah,
gonna
you
go with
can.
this?"
Do you trust him? You know? Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Can we co-sign? And she's like, okay, not only do I trust this group of people, but him especially.
Yeah,
And
he's
then
my
it's like,
personal
and
bodyguard.
then
Do you
Right,
still
and then
have
it's
my
all good.
dolly? He's like, I held on to it for a while and then it burned. She's like, well, you had it for 10 years. That's dedication.
Yeah,
I'm
like
so
she
sorry for your
followed
son
like
and wife.
I love that bit where he's like, damn, she fucking stalked me for decades, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and
touching, very touching as well.
I found the foretelling that Tuan was beware of the fox that makes the ravens fly, for he will marry you and carry you away. Beware of the man who remembers Hawkwing's face, for he will marry you and set you free. Beware of the man of the red hand, for him you will marry and none other. So that was the prophecy there.
Yeah.
So the ring had the random ring that Matt got because thought it looked cool, where it had
Mhm.
foxes chasing
That
ravens.
got
Was the
stuck on
first
his
thing.
hand because he wasn't
Yeah,
going
he
to
was
buy
Yeah,
it first.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
buying it, so we're like, oh no, I'm not stalking you through the streets. I'm shopping for rings.
Mhm.
Yeah, put that on my
Yeah.
hand. That'll do. Yeah, you know, like
It's stuck. I
Yep.
guess I'm keeping it.
And of course, the red hand was obvious, but then the Hawking that he has these memories and stuff. So
Yeah. He's like, I guess the Severin works on everybody.
yeah.
Cool
Great.
beans.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Matt has had the worst and the best of luck at the same time. He didn't want any of this. He just wanted to go home and play with his horsies.
Yeah.
Bit by bit, he's rolling with it more. Like it used to frustrate him a whole lot. He used to try and run from it. It used to anger him. And now he's just kind of like, oh, what's next? This? Okay. Jeez. This is, I'm going to marry who? Okay, whatever. Just get it over with. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
there's definitely
Yeah.
a level of acceptance. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
I don't
who
want to
had no
do this battle war stuff, but we're here. Screw it. It's set up over there. We're going to kill him this way. Come on. Let's go.
I can do it better than you guys. So just do as you're told, and you
Right,
know, we'll
exactly.
win, and then less stress for me. And yeah, very different to the Cooladin days where he's just like, I just want to get out of here. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
Good
So,
day, people. And Alan.
Yeah, I know. That's the same thing every week. Thank you, Wadaholic Aussie. and Alan. Good people and Alan.
Perfect.
Anyway,
that was that chapter. And then
yeah, that was pretty much a chapter. I mean, the very end, it gets Tuan's point of view for like a little bit, just asking Creed what he thinks of Matt. And he's like, yeah, stand-up guy, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
He's flat out really great general, like no hesitation. Great general.
Yeah.
Guess
Yeah.
he's all right.
I mean, Creed was shocked too. Just like he's like, this little patch of people has been like wrecking the Shanshan army. Like this is insane. Like
Where's the rest of them?
Yeah.
this is all I got.
Matt's like, we had more.
Yeah. Well, even like I think the one point he's like, yeah, I can take all of you. Like you send a whole army, I can take. Like in early on, he's like, that's I know what's going on. I can take all you guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
And he like never reveals exactly how many he had. He's like I said, we had enough. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Next chapter for sure.
Minus just a couple of losses, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anything from this chapter before we move to the next one?
Oh, which is a wholesome chapter.
Yeah.
I guess technically,
Yeah,
Matt
that's
got
about it.
married.
Yeah. No.
There was a wedding.
that-
There was
Yeah.
another quick wedding.
There was another quickie.
He tried to consummate, and she was like, "I'm not in the mood now."
There was that part. He was like, "Well, do we want to kiss?" She was like,
Starting
"No."
the marriage off right.
Yeah.
She's like, I got a headache.
I got a headache. I just
Dude,
yeah.
we're married now. You don't get this anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
My hair's wet, so you know.
He was like, "I guess I can go into the taverns. I just can look but don't touch."
Yeah.
You know,
Fun
like
times.
a man on a diet at a buffet.
So, guys, ready
Go
to go to Prince of the Ravens, chapter 37?
Sure.
All right. So, a big battle scene. How we end this book. Matt and the band prepare to face the Shan Chan army, hoping to lure them away from Karid and Tuan so they can get away safely. And yeah, Matt shows his brilliancy, gets everybody ready to go, and lines everything up. Downside is the Aes Sedai refuse, of course, to fight in skirmishes unless it's something that they feel threatened because of the oaths and all this other stuff. So they're kind of just useless there. Matt's also going to use Eludra's boom sticks, so that's going to be fun. These aren't boom sticks; they're more like grenades, kind of almost.
Yeah, the whole setup is pretty slick. I mean, obviously, what we've learned from Matt, the super smart general that kind of takes over in his mind, I had full confidence no matter what he had that they were coming out on top. But we didn't really mention it before. The army that's coming after him is more like a mercenary army where they've all been promised like 100,000 pieces of gold to get Tuan, which is an insane amount of money. Matt takes that into account. Like they're going to be greedy, gold lust. They're going to make all sorts of bad decisions. We just got to dangle in front of them like a hint that the people they're looking for is here. We'll let them see the armor. And he sets up this perfect spot. So all that to say, you mentioned the downside, the Aes Sedai aren't going to fight because blah, blah, blah. I feel even at the end of this, they might have lost a couple of people if the Aes Sedai didn't help, but they were not needed. I don't think they were needed.
Channeled into one spot, he made it look very inconspicuous. He made it look like they really were not preparing for battle, even though they were.
It was very hasty.
Yeah,
like, scrambling to put something together.
Yeah,
you know, and of course they were hoping for more people to be tired and not pushing. But at the same time, they saw okay, they are pushing the horses, so the horses might give up before the humans.
Right.
And that's going to work to our advantage. And it really did. Like, it was a bloodbath on one side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the line where the guy's like, do you think we should not, like, they should stop their break now, do you think, maybe? You know, he's like, nah, let them chill. We don't need to do anything yet. You know?
He's like, they're napping, they're reading, they're chilling, they're dicing.
I love how he's surprised they're reading. That's, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
he's like, why are they reading? They could be dicing or anything, but they're reading.
It reminds me of a couple of like old salt sailors that I race sailboats with sometimes, and they're a lot like this. That when you've been through a lot of storms, and I'm sure it's like this on a battlefield too, where you get the old grizzly guys that just have been through so much. It's like I know we've sailed through storms before, and like literally I'll be down below like taking a nap, and they're like, "There's a storm coming." I'm like, "Okay." Like, wake me
I
up when
can't
it's
control the weather. It's gonna be what's
wake
gonna
me
be.
up when it's here, and I'll come help. But like, you guys got this.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
That's how I felt when we. Never mind. I won't get into that. Leave America alone. 24 years.
You do learn to take advantage of the lulls when you have them. There was a period of time where if it got quiet, I could sleep anywhere, anyhow, leaning up against anything, and then be right back in the mix.
I mean, being able to sleep anywhere is a skill that is beautiful to have. I used to be able to sleep. It's obviously not the same as a battlefield, but I used to be able, when I lived in London, I'd be on the undergrounds and I'd like grab one of the handholds and I'd learn to like rest my head on my arm and
lean a certain way.
Just lean and sleep holding on. And I'd just be there rocking with the tram.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I can't do it anymore. Somehow I lost that skill, and now sleep is like I'm really bad at it. Like if you got graded on sleep every day,
so before I had kids, I was really good about being able to sleep anywhere. Now, since I have kids, like I'll wake up for any noise just because it's like
What's wrong?
Oh crap! They peed in the bed again. Like I need to get
Mhm.
up.
Or worse, oh crap, they peed in my bed. Like
Well,
that's the
it's
one.
different. It's different too when you have just one kid where you have multiple kids. Because oh crap, one's awake, they're gonna wake the rest, and then you're gonna be up for the next 3 hours. So I got to get up
Yeah.
right now and get that kid intercept as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Before
Yeah, that's part of it,
all the
too.
house gets woken
It's
up.
it's you know it's Pippin with the bucket in the well in the mines.
In the mines.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just like
Yeah.
just grab that
No,
bucket
just-
because if I don't
Oh,
stop that
no.
bucket, it's the bar rope's getting up and
Yeah.
like
And then the chain, and then the.
yeah.
That's perfect.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so they position everybody out. The soldiers come up, and then they once they don't let the they wish they had more crossbowmen. They mentioned that at some point. He's like, no, but
He
we got
kept
these.
trying to get Matt to allude to exactly how many warriors he
Mhm.
had. He's like, bring more people out. We could use more help. Where's the rest
Yeah.
of the help?
He's like, yeah, we're good.
Matt's like, oh, we got it. We're good. He's like, are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah, I got everybody that's available, and that's we're gonna make it work.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And we have pipe bombs too, by the way, guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Pipe,
that's
but, like,
fun.
Precursor to grenades. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's
And-
like very similar to Bouncing Betties, like the way that they're
Yeah.
set up. So if you're familiar with World War II mines,
Yes.
Bouncing
Mhm.
Betties
Or
were
Call of
were
Duty,
mines that when you step
Modern
on,
Warfare.
rather than just blowing up at your feet, they bounce up in the air and then blow up at face level and shoot shrapnel out at
Yeah.
face level and basically take off tons of.
They were my
Yeah, I
favorite
like
weapon.
They were
the
your
poor
favorite
guy
weapon?
who gets like a bomb to the face, basically. Then it's just has no head. You know, like
Yeah.
Now,
It
one of the
keeps
guys says,
riding
yeah,
for a few seconds, headless.
yeah.
Yeah. Gotta love the imagery.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I played Call of Duty, I was always a sniper, so I always set my Bouncing Betties.
Yeah.
Mm.
There you go. Yeah. Snipers.
Those were the days when I didn't have to worry about life so much.
Yeah. Are the time I
Now
played
you got bills.
Other
for
time I
life.
played the time I played Fortnite with Ian, and he was on a Nintendo Switch, and I had a full computer set up. So like I put my
So
sniper
PC
sniper on there.
against switches.
Yeah. So we're like on a
I mean,
Nintendo
this was-
Switch
Don't even try
server,
it.
and like I guess because it was me and him playing, and I guess I got paired up because I was brand new, and I was like he was like so he's trying to explain the game. I was like, yeah, there's a guy over there. He's like, where? And I was like, he's dead.
Yeah, he was
Like-
headshotting people all
like
game
from,
long.
like, all
I
the
was
way
like,
across the map. I was like, yeah, I can see him. Like he's right over there. Like I have full resolution. I mean, I have a really nice
clicks with the mouse. Pink. Yep.
Think,
Got him
he's
again.
dead.
Yeah, there's like
Nice one.
size difference with the Switch, isn't there? So you know.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can actually
That's what she
see
said.
across the map. Yeah, she said. Yeah, but this I mean, it gets a little tense there for a little bit. A little bit.
It's good.
Yeah.
There was fear of loss of life, but
There
then
was.
all of a sudden everybody's like, wait a second, I feel afraid. I feel like I'm gonna lose my life. And then there was fireballs and lightning, and
Yeah.
they made quick work of that.
I feel
'cause
like it's
the
almost like a
ladies
Monty
finally
Python, like
joined.
deadpan, like I'm scared.
Yeah. It
They
just
were,
goes,
they were sipping tea. They had some like
I
this
am
Yeah.
the
stuff, and they were-
Enchanter. Call
they
me
were
Tim.
just chilling. I feel like I could die right now.
yeah, I feel my life is threatened. But just how can you be so chill and say that statement? That's like, yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
It sounds like my ex. There's- Yeah.
There's some
I'm-
off-camera conversation we need to have. Clearly,
I'm not telling that whole story, but help! I'm being oppressed. No, I just need you to pay your bills and then
yeah.
leave me alone. Anyways,
Yeah.
There's that part,
There's that. part.
that's so mean. No, you just
and that's a Monday.
phones aren't free. Gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
That's a Monday.
Anyhow, what were we talking about?
We're talking about this battle.
Yeah,
They
the
blow
battle's
stuff up.
over with now. The battle was literally like that. Like I wouldn't call it a
Yeah.
battle. Like, did Matt even lose people? I don't even
Skirmish.
think he asked
I don't
the
It's
think so.
question.
almost I
I'll
think
be-
at some of the because you have like
Matt-
the horse.
Matt
line
took a
come up
few
behind
hits.
the thing. Yeah,
Matt
Yeah.
took a few hits.
Yeah.
He feels an arrow, rip into his sleeve and hit his shoulder a little bit.
and there was wasn't one of the guys who stayed to make it look like their army. Like he had like a sleeve ripped away and he was getting his arm bandaged, wasn't he?
Mhm.
Because he
Yeah.
shot the
Yeah,
arm. or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got hit in the arm. I think one of the cool takeaways. So I was pretty confident that they were going to be fine, just because of my confidence in Matt at this point. But one of the cool takeaways I had was how well trained the Red Hand, the band, are at this point. Where Matt beforehand just kind of told his next in charge folks like the general concept of what he wants done, and then he didn't really do much during the battle other than go, "Okay, you got this," and then
Yep.
Mhm.
that was about it. And
Every
he would
great
chime in here
coach
and there and be like,
knows.
"All right, time to use the boom boom sticks," and then everybody knew what to do. Like,
Yep.
it's a
That was
well-oiled machine.
One of the things I did when I coached track and field, my athletes knew I'm not going to coach you during a meet.
Yeah.
Like I had
Right.
done everything I could do to prepare you for this moment, for the 3 times in the circle or 6 times if you're good enough, for that 35 to 60 seconds you're in there, issue on you. But
Right.
the caveat to that is that I have trained everybody else around you in the art of coaching. So if your teammates see something that is blaringly obvious,
Yeah.
because as a coach, I'm seeing all these minuscule details that I want to change after the fact. All right, we need to
Right.
turn your foot this way.
This is
this
what we're
way.
talking about
Like
next week
small
or tomorrow.
stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's blaring and it's obvious, my athletes know, and they're going to coach you themselves, and so you're going to get your shit together because your teammates are going to help you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how, if you're a great commander, you should have people on, they're there working with you that can get the job done while you sit back and watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, even the Sean Chan guy that was left behind was asking Matt, like, "So are you going to put your armor on and get ready to fight?" And I don't know if you got the quote in front of you, Alan. I don't know if you're going to read it,
but it's
it was some paraphrase of like, if the general's putting his armor on and pulling out a sword, he done did effed up. Like
Yeah.
that's that is not his job,
It's not
He's
his
just
job.
a soldier at
That's-
that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Only time I do that is when I want to show somebody up. Hey, y'all thought y'all were good? Let me pull out my shot put for a minute.
Right.
I haven't done this.
Yeah,
in
and that's
6
one thing that
months.
I mean.
Watch.
So I used to coach sailing, and one thing I learned from some of my peers / mentors when I first coached sailing was that you never compete against, because like the two outcomes are you crush them, you crush morale by beating them, or they whoop you and then you lose respect. And I mean there is so it's like you just leave it ambiguous that like I know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to try to compete with you because either way, it's not like necessarily a win situation. Like, and my pride's not important. Like, so, winning's
That's where I
important.
differ. I probably could have been better than I guess.
Yeah,
I was like, one meet a year.
there
'cause
was
they
one
always
time
wanted me.
when I coached William Mary. There was one time I got in the boat and I
Yeah.
whipped up.
Yeah, it's like once a year.
Ronan's basketball team, they were practicing on an 8-foot rim the other night, and I definitely dunked over those kids. So, tell you what,
All character building.
I can't hit a 10-foot, but I can hit an 8. That's right. Plus, they use the smaller balls, the 28.5.
Oh, I'd
Yeah.
love to be
I was
on an
palming it.
8-foot rim with a
Yeah.
small basketball.
Yeah,
Kilo
Yeah.
deal in this bitch.
lighten them up.
And towards the end of this, they do find the traitor and they cut his head off and bring him back. And they're like, "Yep, we gotta get this to 2 on." So that's towards the end of the battle as well.
Yeah.
The very end of the
And-
battle is, of course, when is it Massenge?
Yeah.
Like he keeps on calling Matt Your Highness
He-
and stuff like
well,
that. And
first
Matt's
he's
like,
like-
stop it. Just call me Matt, dude.
Well,
It's like, we
first
don't-
he's like, "This is literally all you had, isn't it? Like literally, this is when he admitted, like, you've been
Yeah.
wrecking us with this
Yeah.
force."
He's very impressed.
yeah.
I had enough,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, "You've earned it. This has been a great battle. You can call me Matt." He's like, "No, I can't."
Yeah,
like,
because
why
I have to
not?
lower my
You'd
eyes
never
forever
do
if I do
that.
You never can do that. Like never. And it's like, I'm not noble. It's like you are Prince of the Ravens. Like
You,
Like-
you are the noblest of nobles.
nobles. And it's
All
like,
right. Well,
damn
Chris,
it.
did you notice what tattoo he had when he was getting patched up?
Ravens.
Yeah. So Prince of the Ravens, like
yeah, that's his prince.
you're like the dude that
Yeah.
I follow now.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I have Raven tattoos because I follow you. Like,
Yeah. But how good is this for Matt's rep? Like, if he's the Prince of the Ravens simply because Tuon decided to marry him, okay, that's one thing. They're going to respect him and everything, but maybe behind the scenes there's some grumbling. Well, now the rumor mill is going to be, by the way, guys, this Prince of ours that we have is a fucking badass. Like,
The man of the band, the Red Dead.
we lucked out with this one. He's the dude. Yeah.
The titles are starting to stack.
I
and
am
his are
that
all
dude.
earned.
I am that dude. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Rand was given all of his titles, but Matt has earned all of his.
Yep.
This is true.
Meanwhile, he just wants people to let him be and
Remember when we thought
let him
Matt
go
was
home, but-
a traitor and go all bad? Well, there was some truth to that. We did say that he was going to end up being in cahoots with the Shan-Chan in some way.
Yeah. I still think there's room for like there being some opposition, if not directly between like Rand and Matt. I think there's gonna be some confusion for a while with these factions of the Shan-Chan, and Perrin teaming up with some, and Rand trying to team up with others, and then Rand wanted to partner up with the Daughter of the Nine Moons, but Matt already did. But there's gonna be some tiff that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be like evil Matt, but I don't think we're at the point where everybody gets together and it's like, kumbaya, hey.
But will they want the rumor getting out that their Prince of Ravens with a tiny force kept kicking their butts all over the place? I mean, to that point, he could just say I was doing it to prove myself to Tuon. I mean, he could play that off.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. We don't want that out there.
Yeah. So that's how we end this chapter.
With
Matt laughing.
laughing hysterically.
Yeah. I have a question for the guys and
Sure.
a fun comment about something slightly earlier in this chapter. At any point previous to this moment, did you realize that the whole marriage to Tuon thing would end up making Matt a noble when he didn't want to be a noble? And if so, when did you realize?
Day one. Like, I realized that Tuon was a princess soon to, like, next in line to be queen. I was like, this man's
Queen,
about to be
Empress
royal.
makes you live forever.
Empress
Watch
Yeah,
out.
Yeah,
whoa,
Empress-
whoa.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's a step
Ladies, I
above.
Lower your
apologize.
eyes.
Empress makes you live forever. He's about to be emperor, not even. He's about to be an emperor, and that definitely entered my mind because of the comment that Ian made a long time ago about him partnering up with Shan-Chan, getting a big enough force, and being able to be against Rand. I still don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But that train of thought kind of kicked off this. Well, damn, he is about to be like the king of a massive force. This is going to be really good for Rand or really bad for Rand. When we get to Tom and Guyden, this is going to go way sideways or it's going to go way the right way. So,
I considered all of that, Rob, except my brain didn't do that final click of that would make him a noble.
Right.
Like, which he didn't want to be. Like he's dodged it and avoided it and told Rand, I don't want it. Da 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 da. Bump that. People have made the comment, "Oh, you're friends with the dragon. He's giving people, land and put him in charge of stuff. He's probably going to put you in." She's, "No, I don't want none of that." And then here he goes.
I mean,
Boom.
Mary's a fucking.
now,
Mary's
what does it
a-
really mean? She could still, I mean, she's still the empress. And she keeps talking about making him a
let's
cupbearer.
think about all the connections of our Emmons Field 3, Perrin, Matt, and Rand.
They're all royalty at this point.
So
They're
Rand's
all
married
lords.
Elaine, the Prince Queen of Camelin, and he's the Dragon Reborn. Perrin's marrying Fael, is the King of Netheryn pretty much now, and as well as has ties now to the Sildaean throne. And now you have Matt, who's married the Empress, makes you live forever, of the whole Shan-Chan.
We can keep going. Egwene is Amerlin in her own
Yeah.
special way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Elaine is gonna take her throne.
right.
The only disappointment in the whole bunch, Nynaeve. What is she doing?
But Nynaeve is married Lan, and Lan is who?
It's the King of Malkir.
King of Malkir.
We have Malkir talks on.
Come
Uh,
on.
Come
Don't
on, Ian.
diss Malkir.
Don't diss
like
That's why.
Alright,
that.
yes.
That's why I laughed. I was like, "That's such a
One
ludicrous comment you've made
Malkiran
there."
warrior is worth
Nynaeve.
20
Okay,
men.
as of right now, Nynaeve ain't got shit. But she sent her man. She's like, all right, it's cool that like you're running Malkir, but we need to get Malkir together because right
Yeah.
now,
Golden
y'all,
Green
the
Flies.
last three of y'all are just kind of scattered to the wind. So at least she's having her man go collect a kingdom, and I'm assuming we're gonna get to that soon. But she doesn't have one yet.
And one
Collect
man
the
is worth
kingdom.
20 others, from anywhere else. So I mean, Lan himself is worth
Yeah.
That's mad.
20 men.
Yeah.
He's
You don't
going to
need- you
pick
don't-
up a
you don't
few
need
bros.
any more. She doesn't need any more than Land. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's
Land.
Land.
I mean, this is true.
One
he's
man
a
alone.
one-man kingdom. It's
Yeah.
it's
Ooh, wow.
So, yeah, that was,
um
my comment was I have to give a shout out to Vannon in this chapter.
oh yeah, man.
I love when they all come running back and they're all like, running the horses to death. Hey, it's all. And he's like immediately gets up,
You
starts walking,
stupid
walks,
people.
cooling it down and stuff. And they're all
Yeah.
just like, nah, fuck the horses. And he's just like, ugh, I hate people who do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was a whole aside
Yeah.
about Vannon and the horses and Matt, because Vannon even gives Matt the evil eye because Matt's like, well, hopefully they ride the horses to death. And he's like, what? He's
Why
like,
would you
"I don't
say that?"
mean it, but it would be helpful to us. I would love for
Yeah.
the horses to live, but at the same time, like,
Vannon's
know,
like, horses here, people lower,
Yeah.
So yeah, that made me
Completely
chuckle when I
agree.
read that bit again. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, good old Vannon.
Good times. So you guys ready for the epilogue?
Let's epilogue it.
Remember the old saying? So Sarath, a good old Sarath. She's an heir domain, and
you mean
she's
the Empress, may she live forever, almost.
yeah,
Empress, may she
almost.
live-
Wanna
She
be
thinks
almost.
her plan's working out. Tuon's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
assassinated anytime now and clear the way because she will now be empress and
She's
all of
in
her
there-
plans.
in there talking to her generals about what they're
Mhm.
gonna do, and
Yep.
one general even overstepped his boundaries. She's like, "Yeah, he wants to be the first emperor in 200 years." He's
I'll have to
coming
kill him
tonight.
tonight. Yep,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
next.
Was it 900 years or something? Wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was something
Yeah.
I just
Mad.
remember.
Long
Yeah.
time.
I'll kill you tonight.
Yep. And they're just waiting for the
Oh,
Elbar,
no.
the guy they sent out to kill Tuon, to come back with the
With
news
good
that Tuon's dead. And
They're like, we put up a lot of money. We sent a lot of people after it.
Yeah.
This is it. This is game.
it's a done deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's a
getting-
knocking on the door.
Yep. Knocking the door.
Yeah.
And in comes.
She's like, here he comes. Yes, she's
Tuon.
celebrating. Well, first it's the what is the guards? What do they call themselves again?
Death Watch.
Watch.
The Death Watch. It's the
Watch
Death
guards.
Watch guard. A couple of them.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
like, she's like, oh, well, I'm in. Okay, that's cool.
And then they slide to the right,
And besides,
and
there's
behind
a-
him,
There's 100 more
Ooh.
lining the
First
hall. And she's
crafts.
like, wait a second.
everybody
Why
clap
there's so
your
many?
Their
hands.
hands. Yep.
And then the Empress, may she live forever, slides into the door, and she's
Mhm.
like, hey guys, what are we doing?
It pulls out a head. He's like, look what I found.
Look what I found.
He was trying to kill me.
can do.
Yeah, this head. Yeah, this guy was trying to kill me. Do you recognize him, Sarath? So
I mean-
immediately-
Kudos for trying to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. One of my people was such a traitor.
I
You
can't
know, like,
believe he would be that way. And
Yeah.
she,
it's like
she looks at all the other nobles. She's like, this man has only ever been loyal to one
person.
person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ever.
Meanwhile, we left this part out. As she started to get her excuse out, one or two words out, the head of the Death Watch there like steps on her back and then grabs her crest and
Oh,
is
yeah,
like
he,
bending her up.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to picture how this was, but it didn't look comfortable. I
No.
feel like she's struggling
She's
as
bent in
she's
a
giving
backwards
these.
C shape.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You,
That's,
you
uh,
ever
Even-
seen
maybe
someone do,
even
you ever
worse.
seen someone scorpion? You ever seen the scorpion? That's pretty much what's being happened to her.
Yeah.
what is that
What
like?
made it even worse was Tuan was like, so yeah, we're gonna let her be used by my entire guard until she can grow enough hair to actually look presentable again.
Yeah.
Be sold as a slave. Yeah.
And
be
then we're gonna
sold
sell her
as
as a slave.
Slave.
So like that backwards C position was just the start.
Yeah. Oh, we're not gonna kill you. No,
Stretching her out.
no.
We listen and we do not judge. Kink shames are what they are. Or kinking is what it is. So,
Yep. Yeah, it didn't work out well for her,
no.
No.
but she had it coming.
Yeah.
Now the
I
general, he got lucky. He's not dying today.
Yeah. Lucky.
Yep. Tuan knew what she was doing. She's like, I need him, but I also need to set an example. Seraph, your number's up.
Yep.
Yep.
This kind of ties up that little plot line.
And then we go to a brand new plot line.
Yeah, a brand new one starting out. Pervara arrives in Andor after traveling from Tarvalon because
It's
the White
kind of-
Tower wants to bond some Oshmen.
It's kind of interesting how they just think they're gonna just walk up and bond Ashima. And it's kind of crazy. Like I'm waiting to see whether or not any of I know I'm jumping way far ahead. Let me take a step back. Yes, they're here to bond Ashman, and they go right to the gates, and they're met
pretty
by
boring.
3. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah, and
much.
they comment how it's so different how the men train versus the women. How the women they take their time and make sure they don't get burned out, and like men are meant to just
There's casualties in the training process.
Just keep moving.
That's acceptable.
Acceptable.
Yeah. Let's go find more.
Yeah.
And they have a boy riding up on a horse as one of the lead Ashman meeting them. Like,
I mean, this reminds me a lot of like Spartan Greek training from ancient Greece. Like their mentality of training was, there's a good amount of people that just don't make it, and that's okay. That's acceptable. I mean, if you go back to how the Spartans were trained, there was a good amount that died in the process of training, and that's okay. Plus, there's other kind of weird stuff that happened too. But we'll get to that.
There were moments I wished we trained that hard. It sounds horrible, but
Yeah.
there's some you're like, oh, great, you made it too.
Yeah.
All right. Yay.
I mean, that doesn't apply to just the training, man. That sometimes
Yeah,
I get
right.
jobs and it's like, wait, how did you make it through that interview?
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Well, I guess our special forces train, but they don't train to the point of death. They you can quit
They
anytime.
get pretty close
Right.
to it.
They get pretty close to it.
They
though.
right.
Yeah.
Folks get weeded out for sure.
Yeah. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, they get weeded out by command. They don't get weeded out by death.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
they go. They talk to the Mahir. What do they call him again?
Mahale.
Mahale. And
Yep.
then they're invited in after waiting forever and a day.
Mhm.
And they make the comment, no boys, we're not gonna touch the boys.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden everything is real. Like, that boy is great with a sword and even better with magic. Like, anything he sees once he can learn. That reminded me of, what was it, Elaine or Gwen,
Yeah.
one of the two. Whenever they
Yeah.
see it, they learn it.
Mm.
So we know that this skill or this ability is happening on both sides, and they go meet the Mahale and
Yeah.
like, yeah,
They're even debating about which ones to choose to bond, because they're like, we can choose one that's a little weak in the power, probably easier to control, but then we can do a lot more with one that are more powerful. So,
mhm.
like, what are we gonna
Women, disgusting.
But they get there and they announce what they want to do, and in the Mahale is like, oh, well, go for it.
Go for it. And they all start laughing. They're like, okay, sure. It's
Because what they don't know is he's a dark friend.
Dun dun dun.
So like, I'm sure he's got some type of power on his people. So if they bond with him, then he's got them essentially. So this could take a nasty turn.
But remember, he doesn't need a plan per se. Because remember the final line or lines of the chapter, the final thing he says at the end
What was it?
about letting the Lord of Chaos reign.
Oh yeah.
Before we get to that, what do you think about the whole when one of the Oshmen speaks out a line?
Oh yeah. Like, got knocked upside the head.
Yeah, it gets knocked aside the head with the power and like pretty
Yeah.
badly injured. Like, we can heal him. It's like, if he survives
No.
the night, we'll heal him.
Again, like you said, 300 style. Like pitch him off
He
the
needs to
side of the
learn that
mountain. If he
lesson.
makes it back home, we'll teach him.
if he
Yeah.
makes it to the night, well,
It's like we always say, don't stick your hand in the fire, you know, but if you do, you'll learn not to do it again. And if you
Mhm.
don't have a hand afterwards, well, you won't be sticking it anywhere. So
Yeah.
you know, problem
Right.
solved.
It's a valuable lesson learned.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. It's
And they all
Yeah.
laugh about it. They all finally they're giddy over the whole situation.
Yeah.
The Lord of Chaos.
They let chaos. Let the Lord of Chaos rule. And they all start laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a freaky moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, how many men does Rand really have to fight for him is the bigger question.
Who's who's the other guy, the other Ashman that recognizes that Taim is a piece of crap?
The other dragon, darn. His
Yeah,
name
our
is-
former false
said
dragon. What's
Oh,
his name?
He hadn't said
Logain?
it.
Logan.
Yeah, Logain.
Logain. Yeah, I think Logain is solidly with Rand, and
Yeah.
there's
got
a
small
handful of
forces.
Ashman he's been able to kind of protect from
The
Taim. and
Aes
whatnot.
Sedai arrogance. Yes, that's very evident.
Yeah.
in a lot of this.
They have no clue what's going on.
And Taim's like even like the sneer of like, why would Reds come? Like he was like, even the way he said Reds, he's like,
Yeah.
I do not like any of you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, very, very smart play by our other Amelin, though.
Yeah.
Sending her own people to bond these men first
Mm-hmm.
and take as many
Yeah.
as you want.
Yeah. Do you
know,
think
they
they're
come
gonna get
in
any?
talking about, well, you took 52 of ours, we should get 52 or 51 or whatever number it
Do you
was.
think they're gonna get any though?
No, I think there might be a
Do
few
you
ambitious
think they're going to make
ones.
it out alive? You
Is
know?
he gonna make it out here? Yeah, it's
Yeah, actually, I do.
okay.
Have they got?
I kind of figured they would. Yeah,
I think they
I
might-
thought the trick to his plan is probably just further on down the road. I didn't think they were going to get stopped right here.
Zul, that is my number one question.
Yeah.
You're
If
asking it, but
Taim's
I
dark friend and
completely
he is in
agree.
charge, how many of other Ashman are dark?
I mean,
friends?
how many of them sworn to him in a random way? Like, we don't know his process.
Well, that number probably keeps growing over time.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
don't
his
know if he
influence
has
is
his
growing.
own special
Mhm.
rod that he's got them touching and
Yeah.
swearing to.
I remember back from books ago when Rand came to visit the Black Tower. I think it was last time. Like they almost killed him, and they're like they didn't even know who he was.
Mhm.
Who
Right.
Rand was like they're like, oh, we serve Taim, not you. Like who are you? Like oh, they're the dragon. Oh,
Hey,
that's
Interesting.
nice.
It's not
Come
Taim.
in. We'll take you to our
Yeah.
leader. They're all dark friends at this point, but be it on purpose or by accident,
Yeah.
they're all corrupt.
Okay. Interesting.
I completely agree, Zul. Like Rand did F this one up big time.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Black Tower should have been a purposeful
Yeah.
project on his part.
Well, yeah, we called that early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He trusted the
Tight.
Mahale way too easily, way too quick. And now it's
I
backfired.
don't. Did he really trust him though? Even like going back to like
Was
Well,
it
he
a lack of
ignored-
trust?
six, like book 6, like even when he came to rescue him at Dumais Wells, like he was still kind of like, and losing his head was to kill him now, like the entire
Yeah, but
time. And,
Right.
He
I don't think it was
trusted him enough not to
trust.
kill
I
him.
think he saw it as like necessary, like it needed to happen,
Mhm.
I
and he
think
needed
he-
some help in that arena in recruiting and training.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
He
know. He
already
ever.
worked with one dark friend. Why not work with another?
Wait,
So
do we
what
know? Do we know yet who Taim actually is, or were we guessing before? Or has it been revealed to us who Taim is?
You guys had a couple guesses.
Yeah.
I know we said Damadred, or I did at one point, but then I was thinking Ballsy. And
Morden.
Ballsy's also, what's his name?
Morden.
More death.
Yeah,
Morden.
Morden.
and the guy from the original prologue, right? Ishmael or whatever.
That's all. It said. Yeah, Ballsy,
That's all
Ishmael.
it
said.
Yeah,
all
that
say.
the issue. Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, and Taim. We'll just slap them all together.
Okay,
Okay.
interesting.
Interesting.
Well, they started describing like where Taim was in his throne room and everything, and it was starting to make me think of when Rand was seeing Ballsy in his dreams, and there was like the fireplace that burned cold.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know,
With all
it just
skulls around
had the same
Damn,
vibe.
that's a callback.
That's a callback to way
That's-
Yeah.
there.
Was it like
I
6
know.
years ago? You know?
Right. No, I mean, literally, that was in book 1,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
that
that
was a long time ago.
That was like chapter 10, book 1 as well. You know, something crazy like that. You know, like
That was
really.
2020, so I was half a bottle of tequila as I was reading that one, so I don't know if I'm remembering it properly.
Yeah. Have Morden and Taim ever been seen together?
Yeah,
like,
that's the question.
it's like Tyler Durden in the narrator from Fight Club. You know, they never
Exactly.
Of course, you see them together only in their own point of views. Like it's
Yeah. So I'm curious what your long-term predictions for the Black Tower are. Like what's it gonna do? What's it gonna be? What's gonna happen? What do you reckon?
Well, of all the Dark Friends, Forsaken, Chosen, whatever you want to call them, assuming Taim is one, and I believe he is, the Black Tower seems to be the strongest seat of power in this physical world right now. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe this is who. Well, so Rand is kind of gathering forces, and like we said, there's Perrin in charge of this group, and Lan is going to get, his people, and Elaine's going to have her people, and they're all preparing to fight at the last battle, right? Well, there's going to be multiple factions on the other side also that are coming to fight. And the Black Tower is either going to be like the central point in that fight, or like a close number 2.
Okay.
And maybe when everybody lines up, it's like this weird thing where everybody is so closely and evenly matched because they're just opposites attacking each other. Like when they start fighting, the White Tower and the Black Tower are going against each other. And then, Perrin's army is fighting some other Dark Friend army that is kind of just like the opposite of them or something. And there's this huge clash of opposites.
Okay.
It's like matter and dark matter. And then everything ceases to exist.
And Ishii wins.
Again.
That's what he wanted.
Have you guys seen like the map of Tar Valon, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yeah. So it's the
You can send me pictures of it.
let me make sure. Have you seen Navelis's? He drew a map of the Black Tower. You ever seen that?
Oh. No, I don't think I've seen it.
Let me share screen. So this is
This is very educational.
yeah, this is Tar Valon. This is from the books. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the Black Tower map. It's the unkept forest up here.
We can't see that.
Oh, you can't see it? Let me see. Share this tab instead.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
he
Wow, this is
for
why we should read the books.
Nameless. He made a map of the Black Tower for everyone.
That's hilarious.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Zoom in.
It's a very authentic map.
Yeah, it's authentic. Yeah,
Yeah.
Straight from the books. Yeah.
Yeah. Black Tower sounds proud.
Now, here's one thing that I've been thinking on is that because we'll ask the question, who do I think? Do we think the Dark Friends are like we know they're actively recruiting? Like, do we think they recruited all of these men? Like, It does. It's like, especially that comment, like the Lord of Chaos reign or whatever he said, and they all laughed at it. Like, are they all dark? Like, seriously, it keeps coming back to me. Are they all dark friends? I think they
All right.
are all dark friends. Like, I
So
think
remember,
they're all-
even if they didn't like willfully make this choice, your chosen, your forsaken, the dark friend folks, they don't have the same moral conflict with compelling someone, right? So
That's
assuming Taim has the ability to compel and he's
You can
around
get
these people
power
often enough, he can
compel
make
this
them
many people.
be shitty.
Or I guess he
Yeah.
could have enough people that chose to be a part of it that can compel all the others.
Yeah. Shoot. You only and you don't have to do it to all of them. You just have to get enough in the right ones, and then you hit that tipping point. You got to
Yeah.
read Malcolm Gladwell. Tipping point. You got your mavens, you got your whatever they are. Yeah.
Rob and I are just gonna nod our heads and
Crazy.
say, "Sure,
Interesting.
interesting,
Interesting.
interesting."
Yeah. Black Tower bad.
Black Tower bad.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
At this point, the White Tower and the Black Tower aren't really playing ball
Right.
very well.
No,
Yeah. They all messed up.
yeah, and that's how we end this book.
Yeah.
Just with the kind of a little bit of cliffhanger there.
Yeah.
Some things wrapped up, some things still left. New threads coming into the pattern with the whole Black Tower thing. But yeah, a couple. Yeah, so
I'd say the coolest thing to come out of this book are the battle hardened
Oh, gear.
Gear.
They
Yeah.
are cool, aren't they, man? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty awesome.
They're just like
So-
crawling over the dead bodies. We need to find out who the traitor is.
So
Yeah.
now that you're done with the book, did Chanel tell you the word?
I haven't asked her yet. I
Okay.
finished the book while I was sitting here waiting for us
She
to start,
said that
so-
she could summarize this whole book in one word, and we still know what that word
Hold on a
is.
second. Let's ask her. I'll just be lazy. I'm not gonna yell.
Watch her say D's.
She's reading-
I would die
D's.
laughing if she says D's.
Jeez.
That would be hilarious.
You're
I was just
Yeah.
gonna call her.
gonna
Hey,
call her from the
Chanel.
other room.
Yeah.
So we just finished the book. What is your one word to summarize it all?
Satisfying.
Oh, that was
Ooh.
Oh,
you know what?
Hmm.
okay.
It was quite satisfying.
It was.
It is. There were a lot of things coming together. That was good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You were a guest host for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Yeah, okay, hi.
Not that any of the, not that you can hear any of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Which book are you on again?
The last one.
Memory of Light.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes.
Every time I go in her
I-
room, I hear her scrambling for her phone and hitting it like, stop. Because she's listening to it. So. All right. I'll let you go.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Now a lot of people like
Right.
this book. This is a.
It was satisfying.
This is a yeah. After coming out of the slog, Knife of Dreams is definitely a good way to end at least Robert Jordan's writing. So yeah.
How did you guys find the slog out of curiosity? Like, did it? I know you obviously only read a couple chapters at the time, but did it feel like a slog
wasn't-
to you two?
It wasn't horrible. I don't know if our pace made it worse or better.
Yeah.
We definitely seemed to have a lot of weeks in a row where we would talk about and be like, all right, there's really not much to talk about in these chapters.
That was
I-
it.
I
Parodie's
think-
still camped out.
I
Parodie's
think
not
I
moved,
think
the
part
lady's
of the
still
problem
up.
problem with the slog is that you have so many plot lines that aren't getting wrapped up over multiple books that
Yeah.
it ends up so like you can
And they
go,
barely move. There's
You can-
significant
I
things that are happening, but they barely move along.
I can tell you like significant moments in Fires of Heaven. I can tell you significant moments in Lord of Chaos and Shadow Rising and every single book leading up to, Winter's Heart, Across the Twilight, Path of Daggers. But once you get into like Path of Daggers, Crown of Swords, it's kind of like I don't know what book that happened in. It's one of those books. So it's
Right.
there's so much plot lines intertwining.
It
that,
does
like,
kinda
aren't
blur
wrapping
together.
up. It all blurs like in the middle. Like it's like I don't know. It's somewhere in there. It
I'd,
happens.
Yeah.
I'd love to share like a this was a post on Reddit about how the slog is actually a real meta experience. And I mean meta is in the good way of using it, not obviously the social media way of doing it.
Right.
So during those books, everything in the world is kind of like freezing and like frozen and stuck in place.
Yeah.
Okay. And as you just said, like nothing seems to be moving, no one's going anywhere, nothing,
Right.
you know, things are happening, but no one's getting anywhere type thing.
Yeah.
And those books are written in, you know, it feels like the way RJ has written those books is it makes you feel like you're not going anywhere. You're repeating
Yeah.
everything, just
Mhm.
going. So the
There was
slog
a
is,
frustration with it.
yeah, you're not just, you are also feeling physical, you know, we're not going anywhere frustrations that the
Mhm.
characters are feeling. And the slog is
Well,
actually
that's kind of
very-
brilliant then.
yeah, it's like makes
Yeah.
me that's just so well written because it makes you feel and behave exactly the way the characters
That just
behave. in
feels-
the books.
yeah.
Oh, there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
Yeah. If that was done intentionally, well done.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, very lucky.
Yes.
Mhm. I would agree with that sentiment.
Yeah. I mean, we were still entertained. It's not like I hated them. It's just all those things you said. We would do 3, 4, 5 chapters, and you can glean like a couple of cool things out of it, and then be like, and then it was a lot of the same.
Yeah.
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 Really
There's
was.
a lot. And there's some big moments that happen during the slog. I mean, Nynaeve
Right.
losing her block and the cleansing of the taint. And I mean, there's several things that happen.
That was one
Yeah.
of those things that I just felt just didn't do it for me. Like there were moments that could have been made more fantastical.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, this book has been refreshing.
Yeah. Me, you get
In comparison, it seems like there was just constant stuff happening and action and
Yeah.
movement. You know.
Yeah, movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
moving. We've now started marching towards the final,
Yeah.
battle, the last battle. Yeah, Tarmogoyf.
I think you get a lot of Matt in this book as well, which makes it like a faster paced book, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, favorite character or anything we missed before we do that?
I'm sure we missed something, but
I'm
nothing
sure.
I can think of.
So favorite character.
It's a hard one. They were great chapters, but there wasn't one character that's just like. I mean, the Mahale's response was hilarious, but that's not really making him a favorite character. I mean, I guess I'll give part of it to Tuon.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Like, I do like her finally like giving Matt that closure of, well, he's my husband, he's my gosh darn husband, and kind of laughing at him for a little bit and giving him a moment and then going right back to business. And the way she handles things when she pops up in that epilogue, that's why I'm like, she's
good. Yeah.
like she's gonna do great things for Matt, or she's really gonna wreck his world.
How about the unquestioning faith that she had in not the prophecy, but the vision of her Damani or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Like, this is who you're going to marry. Boom, boom, boom. She doesn't even question it. When she sees this in Matt, she's like, okay, you're it. Boom.
Yeah.
We're married.
And when she sees
Doesn't
loyalty-
question it at all.
When she
Mhm.
sees loyalty in a person, she like respects and honors it. Like she didn't have to remember her little Death Guard or Night Guard, whatever. I'll never get the name right. But like
Death Watch.
Death Watch, yes.
Yeah.
She didn't have to remember that man, but he remained important to her. Just like Matt is important to her. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how her character evolves.
Interesting.
I'm going to go with Tom, assuming that he was the mastermind behind making all that happen. I think he intentionally leaked information and it all came together according to his plan. Very sneaky, Tom. Well done.
And you know what?
Very sneaky.
He also got rid of obstacles, because what's Matt's next big thing?
Going to get Moraine. Now we're all freed up to go get her.
Yep. This was Tom's genius. You're
And
absolutely right.
that was Tom's
He
big
needed to
plan.
get rid of Tuan. That way he could go rescue his boo.
Yep.
Now he just has to find his unicorn
They gotta capture a unicorn.
All right.
Go get her.
named Bella.
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 Rob, did you have a favorite character?
Honestly, I think mine's still Vannon the way he turned up. He was like,
Nice.
y'all are stupid. Go look after your horses. None of this.
Another good pick.
Yeah.
You
It's
need,
the
you
end of
need
the world.
to,
These
you
horses
need to
have
cool
got to be
down.
taken
You
care
can't
of.
just
No.
like you can't go full pelt and then like just stop dead. You're gonna injure yourself. You know, you need to, this needs to be. Yeah, look after him. You know.
Yeah, they do know the book's names, by the way. Sorry. But yes.
Do we? I guess we do.
You know the book names.
Of course we do.
Yeah.
A Memory of Light and
Gathering Storm and
Storm
and Towers of
Memory
Midnight.
Light.
Towers of Midnight.
Yeah. Anyways, so my favorite character has to be Tall Manus. I mean, that's
Who's that?
yeah.
And Tom Mayonnaise did do a good job of.
What did she do?
He sounds hideous.
Well, she's a dude, so
Dude looks like a lady.
hey, yeah.
So yeah, so we're gonna start book 12 next week. And we're gonna do the prologue of The Gathering Storm, which is called What the Storm Means. Just the prologue. That's all we're doing, is just the prologue.
It's probably a 3-hour-long prologue.
It's not.
Oh, wow.
It's not as bad as
Just
as
the
George's
prologue.
prologues.
It's not like that 100-page prologue, you know.
Yeah,
The
it's
last
not-
time
not
you
as
said
bad.
that, I was like, "Oh, this prologue is 2 hours, and I have an hour to read it." Oh my gosh!
Yeah. It's not as
Double
bad.
time.
It's not as bad. It's but it is long enough that it'll just be the prologue next
That's
week.
what she said.
So,
All right.
It's an hour and 28 minutes.
Yeah. Hour
Yeah,
20.
or-
So yeah, there you go.
Not
See?
as long.
Not
He
as
was like,
long.
You know,
That's long.
the
Yeah.
dark friend was not lying.
The dark
Relax,
friend.
you know.
Our Stark friends never lie.
Sure.
So what do you guys think the storm means? What does it mean?
I mean, there's a battle coming.
Oh, there's a storm brewing.
There's a storm of brewing. That's exactly what that's the only thing that
It
comes
means it's
to
gonna
my
be a
mind.
tidbit blustery.
That or we finally figure out what fuck around and find out means when they touch the bowl the wrong way.
Fafo.
That too. Yeah.
Because we still haven't seen the full effects of the bowl of the winds. I feel like we have some magical shit happen
yeah.
that we have not seen yet.
Yeah.
We've seen some
Favorite
of it.
scene is in this next book. Yeah, I think I know what scene you're talking about. Because
Oh,
there is
dude,
one.
clue us in. Tell us what's your favorite
No.
scene.
We'll probably do a live reaction to that.
Well,
that particular scene.
Remember, we still assume that everything that Rand and Nynaeve did to cleanse the taint, we assume that everything was good. But remember, they didn't really know what they were doing when they did that. And so maybe the Gathering Storm, we start getting into the negative repercussions of what he did.
Like I said, like I
Maybe
feel like that was
He
anticlimactic
unlocked
moment
some
yet.
bullshit.
So that could be the case. And then we also
Actually,
have
there's a couple of good. I'm looking through like the chapters. There's a couple of really good parts of this book.
and then we also had them destroying Mashin what is can't say it now.
Mashashin.
Is that what
The ways they didn't destroy the ways.
No, not that. The other one.
Mashadar?
Oh, Shadow Logoth.
Shadow Logoth,
Shadow Logoth,
thank you.
yes. Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
still haven't seen what comes of that. We haven't heard from Pad and Fane in a minute.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't just fade away in this book. Like, there's got to be more to that storyline.
Oh no, he's gonna be a main bad guy.
Like maybe that power is now concentrated in him or in the dagger, making him ridiculously powerful.
Mm. Okay. Interesting.
Allie and Gus are
Interesting.
ahead of us. We should reach out to Allie. and Gus.
No, you should not reach
No,
out
you
to
should
Alex.
not.
No, we won't
No.
do that.
No, you should.
Yeah,
will.
3 more books. Be good, guys. Just 3 more
Three
books.
more
And then you can go
Three.
wild. You can read all the stories. You can go to all the blogs.
All the
you
fan
can watch all
theories.
the TV shows.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know.
Yeah,
All the fan theories. All
So
the
close.
things. So close.
I just
We're
want
within
to
3
all the
years.
open cameras that people are laughing at us.
We'll be there in 3 years. Yeah. At this pace, we'll be done with this book by June-ish.
Oh, okay, that's
So,
not horrible.
it's not horrible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Cool.
So how we can be? Oh, first of all, before I do my sign off, thank you, Rob, for staying up late.
Yeah,
Because I know
Rob.
it is super late over there.
It's fine.
and-
It's a pleasure. I like hanging out with
yeah,
you guys.
I
And
know.
like I said,
Yeah.
and I like hanging out with you too.
it's been like 6 books or something crazy. So like it's
Yeah.
great to be back.
It's very good to
And
see you.
One of these years, I do want to make it over to the other side to go to the con over there because good
yes.
things. How was Prague? I mean, I heard from my mods; they all had a great time. But
I mean, Prague is a beautiful city. Prague is
Yeah.
is stunning. It's great fun. I'm looking forward to going back in September again.
are you guys doing it
actually-
again?
Actually, we're going back at the end of August. So,
Oh.
fun fact about Prague: it's wicked busy all the time. So, like, I'm already trying to book the 2026 event because otherwise the hotel options are very limited.
Yeah. Are you doing the MyCuriCon in Prague again this year?
Yeah, we'll be in
Okay.
Prague every year. Yeah.
Oh, every year. Okay. Because at first it was in England, so I didn't know if okay. So
No, so we did the 30 years of Manchester, and then
Yeah.
because it's like the European convention for Wheel of Time,
yeah.
people were like, you should go around Europe. I was like, that's an amazing idea. And then, realistic Rob kicked in and was like, I can't move the convention every year to a different country in Europe. That's insane. Like
Right.
equipment and finding all that is wild. So I was like,
Right.
well, let's go to Prague and then just stay there.
Yeah.
They film in Prague.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
So
they film the show in Prague. Yeah.
we'll be in Prague every year. And it's a
Perfect.
stunning city. I can't wait to be back. Yes, Daily August does exist. We're doing it at the end of August. So our slogan for this year is MalKiriCon, making Wheel of Time fans love August once more.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, very
Awesome.
excited for that. So yeah, I hope you
Okay.
can make it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, one day. I don't know if I'll
One
make
day.
it this year.
That's
But
fair.
when I'm doing
Yeah.
renovations to my home, and I'm going to be house poor for a little bit. But yeah. So, but
That's totally fair. I understand. Yeah, houses are they like their money.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Lots of money. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so how we can say, like I said, thank you again so much. Also go follow Rob on all the things. Malkir Talks, threefold talk.
Yeah, so you can if you want just my stuff, Twitter is Malkir Talks, Blue Sky is Malkir Talk at malkirtalks.com, and then it's Threefold Talk, which is at threefoldtalk.malkirtalks.com on Blue Sky, and then Threewheeling is at threewheeling.com.blue sky, whatever it is. I can't remember how that works. And then the MalkiriCon one's on there as well. Like Jesus, they're everywhere.
they're everywhere.
And then Instagram is Malkir Talks, and the YouTube channel is Malkir Talks. So
Yeah.
you can come
And
out and
I give you all the props for trying to run a con because that's insane.
it's a lot of work.
We had talked
I've-
about early on doing the Dark Friend Social and like doing something here in Virginia, and then like we're just not organized enough.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly-
have you seen our podcast? Have you listened to us? Like, no, like there's no
Yeah.
way.
The first couple of years I had my best friend Kayla help me out, and then she moved back home to America and passed the torch to Sulan, who lives here in the UK with me.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know what I'd do without her, to be honest. And I don't know, I would not have pulled it off without Kayla initially, and now that Sulan's joined us, it would continue to not be pulled off if not for
Well,
her.
I mean,
so.
the reason why I wanted to do it here, do event here, is just
So
because
you still just get a woman to help.
because if we did it at the Mariners Park here, that one they have the Lions Bridge which have white lion statues on it.
Yes.
There's a statue of a Native American that's called Celine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Actually, the name of the statue, it's in the water. And then there's a giant open field that you could very easily turn into like Emmons Field.
Yep.
The big field there in the park where they do all the events there anyway. I was like, dude, we could definitely like build this out as like an outdoor huge Wheel of Time thing. But it's also trying to get motivated. And I mean, I know the guy who's the CEO of that museum in that park, but and he'd be all about
It would take a lot of work to put.
It'll take a lot of
together.
work, and I just don't have the time.
You see, what I'm telling
Other
you is
capacity,
you need,
like-
Just having kids.
you just need a confident, organized woman to help you.
That's
That's my secret power. I'm
Correct.
like these women are awesome.
Zool.
Hey,
They know what
Zool.
they're doing. I was hoping one of you might say it, to be honest. I didn't want to push her into it. But I was like, I do know this confident, organized woman who might live in America and might know your content.
I kid.
They're running it since day 2.
She's like, hell no. She's already doing another
Stop.
comment.
She
doesn't
stopped
wanna comment.
responding in the chat. Run screaming.
Run screaming. It's like, nope.
That sounds like a yes to me, guys.
Sounds
Yeah,
sounds
sounds
like
yeah.
good.
scream for joy, right? Run screaming. Yeah,
Run
let's do
screaming.
it.
Run screaming to
So
Virginia to stop laughing. That's it.
on
So,
thewheelreads.com, you will see new content regarding our up and coming 2026 con run
Yeah,
by
sure.
Drew Orzo.
Sure. I can
I
just do
love
it
this.
like the Black Tower does, where it's just kind of a bunch of people just drinking, hanging out. We can do it like that, but like try to do something organized. No, that's not.
I'm gonna start the rumor that it's all starting up a convention now in Virginia.
Yeah,
Guys.
Virginia. It'd be fun. Anyway, how you found thewillreads.com, where you will not find things on any cons that we're doing. You'll find wonderful pictures of Ian sleeping. What? No. Zula now hates Rob. You'll find links to all of our cool stuff, like our podcast, our Patreon, our merchandise, Discord, social media that I never post on. But I do giveaways every now and then on those.
Yeah.
So come check those out. It's fun. And my next giveaway is going to be on Discord at some point. So come join our Discord if nothing else, just to try to win something. And like, subscribe. Yeah, all the stuff with the algorithms
And Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah. So that's really all I got for this week. So
Until next time.
Peace.
okay, bye.
Ciao.
Thank you for watching The Wheel Reads.
Until next time.
Okay, bye.
Get your Coast Guard certified life-saving
Sure.
device ready
Sure.
and strapped on.
Sure.
Oh, where are we doing tonight?
What kind of strap on you talking about? Sure.